Hey there, CATtheMinion here with a quick view of my geomancy drawing and its friends. If you go through my link tree and you click on Etsy, it'll take you over to my Etsy page. Coupon code 3STAR17, 17% off your order of 3 or more items. That comes in if you click from the link tree, or you can just type it in. It's all capitals. So if we go down here, if you don't see it right at the top, it's in drawings. There's geomancy, and if I click on that, this view shows the approximate brightness. This view is a raw scan, and this view shows you that there is an accompanying poem that's in one of my chapbooks that's included in the sale. But if you want to take your chances, you can just buy some chapbooks and maybe it'll pop up in there too. That's also available. If we come back to the link tree, we also have prints in my DeviantArt shop. Here's the shop, and if we scroll down, we see geomancy. When I click on that, it takes me to the geomancy page. In order to get to the prints, I have to click on the buy from, and it'll say what the cheapest thing is. Here it's $191, which should be the postcard. So when I click on that, it takes me to this green page, the actual prints ordering page. There's some different sizes and shapes available. There's rolled or flat canvases. There's framing available. Wrapped canvas is also available, or rolled canvas. There's framing available. Photo prints, different sizes and shapes. Art gifts, so we have a mug here, white mug in 2 different sizes, black mug, and also some other gifts here. Geomancy is also available as merch on my Cafe Press. So we get onto Cafe Press and click on that. And here we are. So we click on Geomancy, and this is what the merch looks like. There's shirts and jewelry and masks and stickers and blankets and towels and bags and all kinds of stuff available. Just millions of phone cases. Most of them are rainbow. A couple of these have the black background. That was a quick look at geomancy, and your video starts now. Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be, just trying to remember what's what here. I'm gonna do fire first. It's technically still Cancer season, but the fire is calling to me first. So what I'm doing is I'm highlighting the 3 cheapest divination offerings that I have. And it's going to be a 3-part reading. So it's going to be past, present, and looking towards the future. And I'm going to use tiles for the past. And I'm going to use, I'm using only tiles for the past. So if you get, you can add tiles to any reading for $7, but you could also give me $7 and I'll just pull some tiles for you. So $7 for tiles, and that's going to look at the past. And then the cards are going to be my help me, I can't afford a reading. So for the present, and that's $9, it's 6 cards. And then the future is going to be charms, and just like the tiles, with the charms, you can add them to any reading for $7, or you can give me $7 and I'll just read you a handful of charms. Okay, so the way that I use charms, I don't just pull them and say this is what's here. And the same with tiles. I don't just pull them and say, okay, this is what's here. See if that resonates for you so you know this is your reading. I do it very specifically. It's the same weight that I would give a card that I'm reading. I also have these 2 stones here. They're actually bored with holes in them. So they're either very large beads, but I like these as palm stones. I don't know what they are. These are second hand-me-downs, so one crafter gave them to a person that I know who ended up with a ton of spare crystal beads, and I was given a small portion of those, which is kind of a lot, including these two stones, which, as you can see, very neatly do the palm thing. So there's a dark one and a light one, and I feel that's very balanced for energy, and they look kind of like lungs. This one's a little shrunk because it's dark. I think. Smoking. Okay. I didn't clear or shuffle these, but I'm going to do a segment with the tiles first. These are from my Scrabble game, and this was a free little makeup bag that somebody in the house got, and he does not do makeup, so he gave it to me. There's also makeup bags on my cafe press, but, you know, that would require me to be able to afford stuff that I have for sale. I kind of don't. So they get a little handful. I want this W. Sometimes I feel like I need more, but we'll see what we get. Sometimes it can be very specific, and I'll check and see. I think that focus is pretty good right now. Let me see what I've got. Okay. I want that over here more. No. No, I don't like it. Whatever, okay. It's gonna bother me no matter what I'm doing. Hair. I think it's pretty well in focus. What's up? Fun. I'm seeing wafer, but it's incomplete. I'm also seeing like waifu, but that's also incomplete. Fire. Where's it? There we go. Fire. Ooh, I'm getting wane. The moon isn't waning right now. It's actually heading towards that, as I'm doing this reading, it's heading into full moon Capricorn in a couple of days. Somebody's shooting off fireworks. It's totally not even near the 4th of July anymore. Cut it out. Oh. As fuck. As if. Okay. We're not doing like dictionary accuracy here. Okay. So we're looking at the past. Although wane would be something's diminishing. Diminishing returns, but the past is sort of disappearing. We're doing fire signs, so we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Mars energy, Sun energy. Cancer is in Leo right now, which is going to be pulling with that full moon energy. And then we have Jupiter energy with Sagittarius. There's stuff going on this month with Aries, with Mars, and with the Jupiter energy. Jupiter in Aries all month, but going retrograde on the 28th. Mars moving out of Aries on the 5th into Taurus. Okay. Mercury's in Leo on the 19th. Okay. But that's current. We're looking at past energy here. Ooh, awe. Here we go. That's better. A little bit of shock and awe. I see fire, which is where Foo Fighter comes from, because it was fireballs in the sky that were like orbs. And then awe. right? Awful, awesome, aww. It also seems to be condensed version of aware. Like there's a missing R. It's like R is missing. So there's, to me, that seems like the letter R. But if I were to put R here in place of the W, it'd be like we are. But here we aren't. I'm by myself in the past. Like shrinking. Overwhelmed. And just on fire. Let me see if I can get any other permutations. I'm also seeing like Nerf. But again, missing the thing. You know, like from my angle, it doesn't feel like it's a game. It feels like I'm being attacked. I'm also seeing like Noof, like Newfoundland. I thought there was something going on there recently that was probably not very good. Also seeing Fae, like fairies, which is something that's like waning, is sort of like fairy tales, like from my youth. Stuff that's falling away from the childhood. I also see new, which is, well, I mean, like Newfoundland, but also new. I'm also seeing ween, which also comes into childhood, early childhood. Fawn. Oh, again, fairy tales, a fawn, like a satyr, but also Bambi and childhood. There's one more message here for this past, and it's going to come into play with what's going on now and in the future. Ween. Like slang for your junk. But that's not as important. Again, as fuck. Like something in your childhood, like a lot. It's a little bit like, My Baby Shot Me Down. As sung by Cher and also Nancy Sinatra. Oh, Woo. Wu-Tang Clan. Interesting. So, like, something that isn't near. Near and dear fawn. Neef. That makes me think of student loans, which does sort of harken back to the end of childhood. It's New Hampshire specific, but anyway. Also, there's some kind of fear that isn't being completely worked through. So it looks like there's inner child work, but it's hard to deal with because there's an isolation and a fear. Because remember, Bambi had post-traumatic stress because his mom was killed in front of him. Just trying to think if there's any other interesting... This looks like a wicket for croquet. It's also making me think of mathematical formulas. Or like there. Like a muon. Really tiny particles. Iron. Tungsten, uranium. I think N is just nitrogen. And I'm missing an R here to complete ear. Like I can't hear what's going on. AR would be, I think it's argon, which is one of the noble gases. I want to tell a chemistry joke, but all the good ones are gone. So this means it's like a lack of chemistry where like the elements weren't the right ones. Oh, AU, that's gold. Here we go. Because we don't really want to be playing around with uranium. Right, I want to turn lead into gold. I want, like, increasing strength. I'm also hearing, like, can NE1 help me? And also, like, something. Like, one thing that I need. But I don't like any of the possibilities, like, ew. Iron and gold. Something. I need an something. Like, an ox, an historic. And then, ew, I don't like it. So it's like, I don't want anything that can rust. There's a tarnishing element to the past. So the past is waning because it's oxidizing. There's something that's rusting. But in order to sort of turn the straw into gold, to turning lead into gold is like a metaphor for enlightenment. So in order to heal my inner child, to turn this ew into a thing that's working for me, I need to be able to capture it. I need to remember it in order to transmute it. So here, there's an item that's critical to fire signs' inner child healing that they're forgetting because, ew, I don't want to remember that. Alright, that's what's going on here. Alright, so I'm going to break and do another segment, and then we're going to look at the present with the $9 Help Me, I Can't Afford a Reading. Okay, so this section was just tiles, and you can see how those work when I use them. And again, you can add these to any existing reading for the extra $7. Get a section change. Okay, so we're going to look at the present. This spread is my Help Me, I Can't Afford a Reading, and the 6 cards are set at the rock bottom $9 price just to help people who really need it and can't afford another reading. So typically it would be past, present, future, clarifier, clarifier, and then outcome, further information, advice, and so on. So I've got the Legacy of the Divine Tarot here, and in place of an even, like, a regular oracle card, I've got the Thoth deck, because it's sort of a half and half. Now, because I already did the past with the tiles, and I'm only going to be looking at the present, this is going to be Tell Me a Story instead with clarifiers, because I could do that. I can also take any other reading that I've got that's, you know, especially more expensive, and condense it into like a mini version of any other reading with these 6 cards. So if you wanted a life purpose reading for $100 and you really need help and you don't have $100, you get $9 and I'll condense it into these cards. You know, if you can't afford I think it's 77 for the Twin Flame reading, then I'll condense it into these cards. You know, if you can't afford you know, 30 something for a regular reading, then it's $9 for these cards, and it'll give you a little bit of something to help you, while still, you know, giving me a little bit more of an energy exchange for that. So it's designed to help people who really need the help and they don't have the resources to get a bigger rating. And this, and no matter how much the costs go up, if I change my rates and make it more expensive, the Help Me reading is always going to be $9. Just because I really believe that people who need the help should get it. Okay, so we're still doing Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We are still dealing with the palm stones here in the middle of the reading. And this is only looking at the present. Okay, so we had that inner child stuff for the past. And I think I made sure this was sort of in focus. Let me see where I'm at here. Alright. My cameraman is my left hand, and sometimes it's, you know, not always that great. So we have the moon. We have the full moon coming up here in Capricorn as I'm recording this. Right? Because July 2022 is... Oh, come on, you bastard. Is just an anchor for these energies. It's whenever you find it is when you find it. So we have the moon, Cancerian energy. Technically this card is supposed to be Piscean energy, but like whatever. I sees it as I see it. It's Cancerian energy. And then we have the sun inverted. Alright, when the sun is inverted, it tells me the moon. When the moon is inverted, it tells me the sun. So we have moon, which this is coming in. I'm gonna turn this over. Leo energy. So Leo's hanging upside down. So for Leo, it's a little bit like personally for Leo, it's a little bit like the Hangman, but overall these two cards together is like a major arcana version of the four, my bad. The Four of Cups, which is the moon card, which is apathy. But one is up and one is down, so it's a little bit like it's sideways. Like, I've been afraid to take what the universe is trying to give me, right? I've been gun shy about abundance because it's always been crap. So I'm, you know, once bitten, 42 times shy. It's not to say there's no other energy for the fire here. It's just we're dealing with these. The sun is in Cancer right now, which also might be why this is inverted. Right? Sun, inverted, moon, Cancer energy. You catch what I'm laying down? So the other card is the Ace of Coins. So we have earth energy here. We have grounding. And this is the abundance, right? I'm gun shy for the abundance. And the moon is all about releasing secrets. This is tying back into that inner childhood, what's being dredged up, what's being cracked open. Secrets, secretions, fears, right? I'm afraid to be too shiny, because then I might be a target for all the things. Not discounting that this looks like a shield, which means that, you know, the arrows are going to bounce off and the stuff that, then the honey's going to drip all over it and you can take it home with you. Alright, let's see what the clarifiers are. So the Hanging Man. So like I said, Leo is sort of like the hangman. This upright hangman means that it's still inverted. It's like a hangman upright. When the card is upright, it's like a knight inverted. Here it would be sort of the, this would be a higher vibration of the Knight of Wands, because Wands is the fire knight. But if I'm looking at the Knight of Wands, my cheat sheet, Scorpionic and Sagittarian energy. So there's Sagittarius, kind of. The Hangman is Piscean energy, so it's coming in, trying to tie into this, background Piscean energy, which would be the subconscious, which is where that stuff from your childhood that you can't remember is. That's why it's all dreamy. Neptune. The hell did I write that down? Yeah, Neptune is retrograde in Pisces right now. So it's like really deep sleep kind of memory. Like my, I just heard the dream is a wish your heart makes. When you're fast asleep. Little Sleeping Beauty there. And then we have the King of Coins. So this is doubling down on this earth energy of abundance, right? My ends are meeting like a mofo. But I need to hang around to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Right? It's like I'm not quite, like I need a little more information from the universe. I need to know that the universe has my back. You know, I need the universe to tell me that it's not going to rip my training wheels off before I'm ready. But I want to be able to go. Like I want to get on my bike and go. You know, I want to make sure that the universe is still watching me. So even if I fall down, it's going to say like, you don't have to start all over again. The King of Pentacles is Aries and Taurus energy. What's going on? I think Mars is in Taurus right now, isn't it? Yeah, Mars is in Taurus right now. So this could also be saying Mars is in Taurus right now. And for some reason, it's optimum time to start getting into the abundance. But you need to get over this nightmare of the past kind of energy first for fire elementals. So let's look at this additional information. So we have the Six of Wands, which is victory. Jupiter and Leo, so that's Sagittarius and Leo energy. Now, when I was pulling this card out, it kept trying to flip around, and it ultimately ended up at this sort of angle. So it's like it's coming in, but it's not all the way locked in, right? It's like my gears are squishy. Like I'm not getting full throttle. This is also like potentially like fame and notoriety. You know, it's like people are gonna know about my abundance. Maybe in my childhood I was made fun of, so public scrutiny feels like abuse to me, and I don't want people to see me unless I look like solid gold, right? I don't want people to say like, oh, this spot over here is a little bit rusty, you're a piece of crap, and then take my stuff away. I want to be like dazzling. I want to be like firing on all pistons. Ultimately, though, the energy is coming through as coming into the full energy. Because if you think of victory as solid gold, you think of that like full burn fire coming into their own energy. I'm radiating, my leaves are growing, I'm, you know, expanding, and I'm focusing my energy on a further point. I'm sending out a probe to find out if there's more for me over here. I'm sending out a scout. Let's see if this area is cultivatable. Is my abundance over here? And the universe is sort of like the navigator giving the vector directions for where the energy is going to go. But in the meantime, it's sort of like I'm going to grow where I'm sitting, and I'm going to start sending out tendrils. This is like I'm going to like take a leap a little bit. So it's a little bit like shady. It's like nightmarish trying to wake up in the middle of the day into glaring sunlight while shaking off this, you know, acid trip memory of, you know, just feeling like the world is never going to give you anything because it's always just kicked your teeth in. Alright, so we're going to look at potential future with a bucket of charms. Do I want to start another segment? Yeah, I'll just start another segment. I gotta shake these up, and then I'm gonna shake some out of the box. And if you were paying for your own reading, you wouldn't have to do that. I mean, if you're paying for the reading, I would be shaking it up and getting them out of here on camera. And I just want to, like, minimize these videos a little bit. Okay, I've got charms here. These ones I've shaken out. This one fell on the table while I was mixing them up, which is like shuffling the deck. Come on, you bastard. This one came out of the box and stuck to one of my chesticles, and this one bounced off the other one. So I've got a little crystal spike here. I've got the toothpaste. I've got the acorn, which is inverted. So I'll leave that upside down. And then these other ones that just popped out of the box when I was doing the old popcorn shaker. I've got the champagne glasses, which is essentially... I'm going to come this in a little bit. Champagne. So I got the champagne glasses, which is basically the Two of Cups. These guys in here a little bit more. I'll round up the troops here. I got this battle axe, which is interesting because I just saw an art piece on social media somewhere of somebody who had made one in porcelain with like the blue like tea flowers on it, which was an interesting commentary. The cow, so a little bit of that Taurus energy where Aries is hanging out. I have the thermometer. The thermometer. I just heard Nelly. It's like it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Which is me right now because I have a damp washcloth on my neck because I'm a little bit ill and sunburnt, so I'm boiling. I have the cock of the walk here. That's a turkey. But anyway. The sneaker, the high top, or the construction boot, depending. A little sort of like Duke Nukem jumpy action here. Kicking nads over here. Okay, these other ones that are upside down, let me move these over a little bit. These are my right side up. These are my upside down. So upside down, we have the stethoscope. Wait a minute, that's still, no, that's right. Stethoscope. And like, oh, I just heard like, what's that song from the 60s? It's like, ooh baby, can't you hear my heartbeat? Anyways, portion of Stonehenge. Inverted. We have the crosswalk person. Inverted. They're kicking the nads. The message in a bottle. Inverted. The tower inverted. Just put my masonry over here. We have the rose inverted, which is kind of like Ace of Cups a little bit. I just, with these two together, it's like Bee Gees, like, I gotta get a message to you, hey. And now we have the microscope. So I feel like the microscope and the stethoscope go together. And the acorn, I think the acorn has to go with this dude. But we'll see. Okay. So I should point out again, too, that you can get just charms for $7, or you can add them to any reading for $7. And occasionally I will use charms instead of in the place of where cards would go in readings when I feel like it. So I've got crystal glasses, like a musically inclined glasses. I've got toothpaste and an axe. I feel like this is like I need to clean the cutting surface, like polished steel knives, but this is like a really big cut, like a little bit like Queen of Swords, but I'm feeling it more like Ace of Swords. But it's coming in with this kind of weird energy. This to me is like hot chocolate milk. Oh, that's right. These go together. This is a kick in the nads. The inverted acorn. I gotta move this a little bit. Okay, so kick in the nads, hot chocolate, polished cutting, which should go with... Oh, you know what? This is weird because it's like cut crystal polished, so it's not dirty. But if you think about it, when I was talking about that tarnish energy with the past stuff, it's you can use toothpaste to get tarnish off of silver. So we're dealing with the cut crystal and polishing the silver. But why do we have a silver axe? And like ceremonial, or like a crystal axe even. But I feel like tarnished silver is something that would go with Stonehenge. I think this tower inverted goes with this guy. Like, I'm walking away from... this collapse of communication. You know, it's like, what do I have to do to get some message out? My feelings are all bottled up, but I have to walk away from it too. Stonehenge inverted tells me we don't know what it's for anymore. Right? It's like we don't know it's a star calendar. We don't know when it was made. We don't know this. We don't know that. The precision on a grand scale, like slicing through history cleanly, is not happening. I don't remember what's like. I don't know what it's for. There's something old and I don't know what it's for. There's like emotions lost in time, like deep character defining things lost in time. But it's also something that's a tower inverted is like a controlled demolition, right? So this could be something I haven't walked away from, but the way that I'm seeing is like film clips of guys walking away from explosions, all cool like. I don't think the stethoscope was inverted. I think I was just holding it weird because it looked weird. The microscope inverted is like I'm putting my ear to the ground, but I'm not seeing any, like, I can't figure out the details. There's no analysis. Like, I can feel my heartbeat, but there's no analysis. These feelings have been bottled up. And I blew up the building and walked away from it, and I thought I was good. This could also be hot bullshit, too. Curdled milk. Hot curdled milk. It's like, and you think of milk, you think of, like, little kids need milk, right? Babies need milk. But why is this coming in the future? we're looking at. Because these can be like the tiles. You can get a bunch of different messages by moving around the letters. Something's a kick in the nads. Whether you have nads or not. They're hot. I mean, you think it's science, though. I mean, to me, the thermometer seems a lot like just fire energy. Like I'm watching the Mercury. Mercury is in Leo as of the 19th. So it might be the transition of Mercury from the moon, which I think is actually represented by the cow here. I feel like Hathor had to do with the moon. So, the transition of Mercury on the 19th, which is technically in the future as I'm reading this. Mercury going from Cancer into Aries. Ooh, can't you hear my heartbeat? This is like I'm slicing off a piece of this to look at the crystalline structure. But the microscope is inverted. So maybe, since I don't have a telescope, we're not looking at the microcosm, we need to look at the structure of the bigger picture. Two of Cups. Venus in Cancer. Where is Venus right now? Okay, so Venus is going to be in Cancer on the 18th, right around the same time that Mercury is skipping into Leo. So Mercury and Venus are going to be in the same place for like a day. It's like a, you know, somebody that's running to deliver a message, and it's like, here's this message, I gotta go, and then they're like, wait, but the message is incomplete, and they're like, sorry, this is all I got, I gotta go. And it's like, I'm trying to, it's like I can't hear something. I'm trying to hear something. Okay. So there's an idea of resonance, because we're looking at sound. This whole thing is about vibration. Because even a kick in the nads is going to cause like a throbbing, which is a waveform, a vibration. Emotion is energy in motion. Technically, if you polish something, you're changing the vibration because the light coming off it is going to be different. I feel like this has a lot to do with that new telescope that they're getting images from. I don't know if it's new, but whatever. I think it's Webb, whatever. I want to get a couple more charms to kind of tie this all together. Because the stethoscope is really throwing me off. Okay, so here's the Chariot. I mean, talk about looking into space. Aliens. The flying saucer here. We're looking into outer space. Why does this look like we're going to get some kind of contact soon? This isn't supposed to be for disclosure or anything like that. A couple more charms. Holy crap, that's a lot. This is going to get long. So I'm trying to clarify what's going on with the stethoscope. So I have the Ace of Swords, which is like a truth thing, and then also this idea of a new blade, a new cutting surface. And notice how this crystal here and this look pretty similar. I have the llama inverted. I have the hat, one of the hats, which could indicate crown energy. I have the fish inverted. The wool no longer pulled over my eyes. And this could either be a lack of abundance, but it feels like something's dry. Like it's going back to this lack of water. Also inverted the letter. Again, so it's like I'm not getting the information I need about the emotional stuff. This is kind of annoying me now. As I want. Okay, I'm in here and I'm looking and this cell phone is looking at me, so I'm going to take that. And I'm going to bounce a couple out of the other side here. Sometimes I get these right away, and other times they're really obscure. So I've got this cube here, which is earth energy, which is also where the crystal could sit, right? Earth, crystalline energy. Because even in the, what the fuck is it called? The, Syrian Starseed Tarot, the earth energies are called crystals. Right, so the Ace of Crystals and so on, which is earth energy. So it's like a crystal grid. This is also like sort of like computer technology. And then we have this phone chat here. Right, it's like I'm not getting a lot of letters. There's no abundance in communication. I'm only able to do like short bursts of text. So I have the egg, which is giving me a little bit of the Fool energy. We'll see. I have the back of the credit card was inverted, so we're missing some details, which we already knew, especially going back into the past. The mouse came in inverted, which is like the mice card in Lenormand. It's like something's been eating away at me, but inverted, it's like the munching has stopped. I've got Weird Al here, so that's gonna take a minute. It's making me think of conspiracy stuff with foil, but we'll go back. I've got 16 tons, which goes back to this tower. I have the rowboat here, which is my 6 of Swords inverted, which tells me I need to go deeper. But we already knew there was some information missing. I have a tree. Now this could be like I need grounding. Right? I'm not getting a message because my tower isn't grounded. Right there, lightning struck my telecommunications pole. There's no like connection to. There's no Wi-Fi here. It knocked out the tower. So also inverted, I have the Stegosaurus. This is also like I'm digging up stuff that wasn't known for a long time. I'm digging up old information, right? I might not be getting new messages, so now I'm going through my old text and trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Like what even the hell? I also have Kangaroo. A feisty kangaroo who wants to fight you, but coming in inverted. So it's like I don't want to fight anymore. What the hell does Weird Al have to do with this? I'm trying to think of what song of his would be relevant. I mean, I see like a surgeon, right, cutting for the very first time. Here's a waiver for you to sign. So there's an aspect of being new at something. Like, I'm not used to re-examining what I've done, where I've been, what my emotions are. But it's definitely, I'm reviewing previous communications where I don't want to fight, where I wasn't expressing myself emotionally and I wasn't being heard. It's like my message wasn't clear because I wasn't grounded, and I need to stop getting stuck on the... So I need to stop getting stuck on the minutiae, especially of stuff that happened in the past, like all these little details of you just said this and I said that and you bastard and all that. It's like I need to... And it's like stuff that I don't even remember. Like, it's here, but I don't remember saying that. What was this for? What is this talking about? What's even going on? Like, it's all hazy. I don't remember. Like, my messages only go back so far. But I've been stuck on the details, and I need to see the bigger picture. I need grounding. It's like my tower doesn't have any Wi-Fi. And I'm, like, moving into this space of a new way of perceiving and communicating. It's just sort of like Aquarian energy, which is what's going on with that. So Uranus in Taurus with Aries. So that's where the that sort of Aquarian energy is coming in. It's like the way that you start branching out is to have a new way of communicating. But also this Taurian energy is where, ruled by Venus, who's trying to have this like... I mean, Venus is sort of, you know, she's like earthly abundance, but she's also... like balance, justice, that kind of thing. So it's like I need to be balanced in the four kingdoms, my feelings, the thoughts, the fire, the and the emotions. And that's what this energy is doing. My thing cut off and I kept talking, so that's why there was a little skip there. But this is like the near future, which is basically coming in on like the 19th of the month, more or less, or whenever you hit this energy. It's like the synopsis of this future portion is stuff happened that's being uncovered. I don't remember what it's for. But this energy pattern is being polished, it's being sharpened, it's being cut, it's being grounded, and it's being put into a perspective of how does this fit into the bigger picture in the way that I am communicating to other people. And there's a sort of an emotional background to this. Okay, I mean, you figure, what's the opposite of fire? Water. So maybe fire elements are really going to be, you know, dredging the sludge lake of their emotions for the next few weeks. And that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of details here, right? It's just like fire sign is like, I don't know how to do this, so I'm confused, right? I don't know what all this is for, which is why there's so much of it. I haven't been able to put the puzzle together yet. And we can see that a lot of this is stemming from like an inner child situation that's been kind of submerged into this fairy tale nightmare that hasn't been addressed. And that's what's going on with this reading. But we see from the present thing that there's this abundance that's at hand, and the only thing that's really keeping it at bay, abundance being Venus, the Empress card, right, the cow, Taurus energy. The only thing that's really keeping it at bay is like a little bit of a lack of trust of the universe, but then just fear in general, and like, oh my God, is this going to be the same old shit? Like, I had to block it out of my memory, and now I have no feelings. And this is clearing that whole situation up. Or at least that's what's available for fire signs to do this month. So this is like 2 or 3 times as much charms as I would expect to come out for the $7 reading or the $7 edition. But sometimes you just have to go until you get what you need. And you know, sometimes I gotta do a little bit extra. But anyway, it's in general for charms, it's you can get a pile of charms for $7 or add it to any reading for that, and that's what we're doing here. So that's it for fire signs. I'm gonna get my little thing up here. If you found this useful or helpful or interesting in some way, let me try to consider energy exchange, tip jar, donation. It's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, all CATtheMinion. Everything here is through my link tree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. I've got art products and some divination tools over here on Etsy. 3*17 will get you 17% off your purchase of 3 or more items. I've got merch on Cafe Press, prints on DeviantArt, coloring books and dark poetry on Kindle Direct Publishing over with Amazon or on Amazon. I'm doing the photo version of Card of the Day on my social media, so that's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you want to get a reading, you can email me. The list of readings is down below. It's also on my WordPress. You can see it on the website there. You can download a PDF, or you can get one of these 3 things that I've outlined here, or all of the above for $23, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for watching this video. This is just a real quick guide if you're looking for some tarot. First, we're just going to have a real quick view of my link tree so you know what to expect when you get there. There's a donation bar that will come up. You can click it down and that will help you see the rest of the list. We're just going to go to my WordPress website. And if you click the quick link to tarot readings page, this will take you to the tarot readings for sale page. This is a more visual depiction of the list of readings that you'll see in the description box underneath my YouTube videos. I'm just going to scroll down this real quick and you'll see the readings that are available and their current prices. You can see the same list in a PDF format. If you're on the front page here again, click Tarot Readings for Sale PDF or this download button right here, and this will take you to the PDF. You can see we have 4 pages here. It's the same list, same information, just in a downloadable format, so you can take it with you and read it later and think about it at lunch. And we'll just get back to the link tree here. Thanks a lot. Stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.